Hey everybody. Today we're going to talk about the first principle on how to use your money to buy happiness, buying experiences.
Welcome to Wisdom and Wealth, where we talk about the human side of money. Join us as we dive beyond the numbers, unpacking the psychology of money to equip you with the tools you need to be wise in wealth.
I'm Brendan Frazier, Chief Behavioral Officer at RFG Advisory, and I want you to take a minute to think about or reflect on a purchase that you've made in the past 6 months to a year. And first, think about the purchase that you made of a material good, a physical good, something tangible that you could keep, like a piece of jewelry, a couch, some clothes, an outfit that you love, the newest phone. And now think about a purchase that you made that gave you an experience. Maybe it was a trip that you went on, a concert that you went to, or a night out with your friends or your spouse at your favorite restaurant. And here's the question. As you think about both of these purchases, which one made you happier? Or actually, what's probably a better question is, if you could only go back and make one of those purchases again, which one would it be? Now, there's no right answer, but what you'll find is that most people say that they'll take the experience over the material good without the shadow of a doubt. And that's because our enjoyment of experiences actually tend to appreciate in our mind over time, while our enjoyment of material goods tends to depreciate over time. So in other words, experiences are an appreciating asset, and physical goods, material goods, are a depreciating asset. There's one ongoing study that actually tracks how much money a group of people spends on everything in their life. And when I say everything, I mean everything from rent to the refrigerators, to their groceries, to the art that they buy. And they go and link these choices to the level of happiness that they're experiencing. What the researchers found in this experiment is that people who spend more of their money on leisure, so things like trips, movies, sporting events, gym memberships, basically experiences, they report significantly greater satisfaction with their lives. Now, I understand that hearing this idea that experiences provide more happiness than material goods is probably not anything novel, not anything groundbreaking, maybe just more of a good reminder than anything. Let's focus on the common elements of the most satisfying kinds of experiences, so that when you're thinking about whether to use your money on experiences or a material good, you can at least know the experiences that tend to be the most satisfying, that tend to bring the highest levels of happiness and satisfaction. There's 4 elements to them. Number 1, they often bring you together with other people and involve social connection. That's why people love family trips so much. You get to go to a new place and a new destination. You're away from the busyness of everyday life, spending time with people that you love. Second thing, they're memorable experiences that allow you to tell stories for years and years to come. When you get to tell these stories, you get to relive that experience. You get to relive the feelings around it, and it creates what Bill Perkins in his book Die With Zero calls a memory dividend. Every time you tell the story, every time you look at a picture, you get to relive that experience, and you get the same boost and happiness and satisfaction. Third, they tend to involve some kind of new or novel adventure. It's okay to take risks and do something that you haven't done before. When it comes to physical goods, material goods, we can tend to have buyer's remorse. Like right after you buy your new phone, the new model comes out, and right when the new model comes out, you wish that you had waited to buy the new one because now yours is out of date. You don't enjoy that phone as much as you did when you first got it. But when it comes to experiences, we almost always tend to remember them through these rose-colored lenses. We remember them more positively as time goes on. I can remember a trip that I took. It was an 8-hour road trip, or it was supposed to be 8 hours, with a cousin of mine. It turned into a 14-hour trip through the middle of the night. On the surface, we would have said that was probably one of the most miserable experiences we could imagine, but we look back on that as a time of fun and enjoyment and a time that we were able to spend together, and we look back on it in a positive light. Fourth thing, last thing, is that the length of the experience actually has no impact on the level of enjoyment. In a study of people who took vacations ranging from 4 days to 14 days, the length of the trip had no bearing whatsoever on the overall enjoyment of that trip. So if you're sitting there thinking, or you're worried, if I'm going to do the experience, I need to do it big, I need to do it right, just know that it doesn't have to be some big, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Last thing on experiences. Mark Twain has a famous quote where he says, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the things that you did do. In fact, there's research done around this as well where they went and they asked people about past decisions they had made around purchasing experiences, and 83% of those people agreed with Mark Twain. They said that their single biggest regret was passing up on experiences when they presented themselves. Now here's the thing. You can't go through life without physical goods. There are going to be things that you need, things like cars and houses, other things along those lines. But what you can do is remember next time you go to evaluate your options, next time you go to purchase a physical good, you can remember that the money that you spend on this physical good, this material good, is going to depreciate over time. And it's money that you could potentially be spending on an experience that will appreciate over time. Buying experiences is the first of 5 research-backed principles from the book Happy Money, The Science of Happier Spending. Stay tuned for the next episode where we're going to dive into principle number 2 on making it a treat. As always, if you have any questions, if you want to discuss, reach out, contact your financial advisor. Until next time, stay wise and well.